last week about, I made the illustration that I kicked the hose instead of moved the hose. Going to the balcony, hearing God. When you listen for his small voice, he will direct you. I believe there is not only direction, but there's fresh direction right now. So glad we listened to the Lord when he called us to prayer this year. It's amazing. It's growing. It's wonderful. I try to get up and pray and those kind of things. When I'm gone, I had to go to my aunt's funeral. That was a great celebration. But there's something about praying in God's house. It's just totally different. And this is what we call, when God directs you, it does not create problems in your life. It creates good things. When God starts directing you, it gives you authority. When God starts directing you, stress will leave your body. It will. They were talking about my aunt yesterday, my great aunt, 102 years old. And she just told everybody up to the time she died a couple of weeks ago, she was very, she was there. She said, I live stress-free, in her southern way. When God directs you, you start having successful decisions. When he directs you, you will start hearing with your spirit. When you start hearing from God, you need to hear him here instead of here. And when you listen here, you don't have to have the loud stuff here, because I can get real direct with my soul. But when all I hear is with my natural ear, there's a lot of noise that comes in that. So, put God in your spirit. Then your decisions are holy. Wait on him. Get to your balcony. Let me say this. Get your spiritual antennas up. Get ready to receive. We're moving into some mighty days of miracles. I know this. I had a couple things happen to me this week. Gave some stuff. Then some stuff came back to me. And it's physical stuff. And I know when I see that happening, that if my antennas go up spiritually, God is not blessing me to bless me with stuff that can get tore up and moth and dust corrupt it. He's saying, look here, get ready, get ready, get ready. So maybe you've experienced that, a surprise blessing, something you didn't expect, check back in the mail, whatever it might be. But that's not just for right now. That is to say to your faith, get ready, the big deal is coming. So I believe the big deal is coming. How many want a big deal in your life? Hey, I'll take a lot of little deals too, Sometimes it's just that. So let me read some more scripture. But I need some helpers before we do this. Now, y'all don't get quiet now. Last week, Vicky helped me. Who would like to take Vicky's place today? I need a dancer. Look here. Look here. All right. Could you just bust a small move, Chris?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, but don't do one too crazy.
Oh, no.
All right.
Not too crazy.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I love that one. Okay. Now, y'all know right down the road we got a place, and I hope nobody was there last night, but if you were there, that's okay. You can get saved. Mm-hmm. You can do all right. We got a place down here called Billy Bob's. Supposed to be the biggest place like that in the world. Biggest honky tonk in the world. Well, they tell me that they do a lot of line dancing down there. I don't know about line dancing. I see it on cruises. And there's a lot of people in that line might not need to be in that line. So, let me read you something. You can be out here busting those moves, noisy life, every sound, every temptation, every voice, every noise you can imagine. But then, sometimes dancing by yourself is just not good enough. And so the old devil will send other things along with you to dance with you. Could he have a partner? Let me read something. Here's what can happen. Galatians chapter 5. Galatians chapter 5. I need a partner. I'm going to need several before it's over with. This I say then, walk in the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Okay, we got a line. We got one here, all right? For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. But these are contrary one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. I'm going to need some help. But if ye be led by the Spirit, you're not under the law. That's why we're praying. That's why we're believing God for big things. All right, but this is what happens when you stay on the dance floor too long. You just don't get out there and shake a leg. Now, the works of the flesh are these. And they're manifest. They show up. They show up. Now, he needs a partner. This don't mean you are, but this is how it works. We're line dancing. Has anybody ever line danced? Well, y'all ain't admitting something. I know some of you can dance. I've seen you at weddings around here. Okay, am I going to have to pick you? Well, I know my wife can't dance. Well, she's a praise dancer, though. Tammy, could you help me? Oh, that's right. Come on up here. Okay, what happens? I like that. See, there's more than one Tammy. Just keep standing up, Emmanuel. Okay, for the works of flesh of this, what happens when you get out there all along, cutting up and carrying away? Here's what we'll try to join up to you. This is what happened. Come on over here. You can just get close. Now, you're not this, okay? It was just an illustration. What happens when you get in line, things that start trying to get in your line, adultery. It'll try to dance with you. It'll try to. So if we do it, how you do it? Anybody know? Mama, you know how to do it? You know. How you do it? Can we make our own up?
Yeah, you
okay,
just did.
Let's do this, all right? See, it'll try to get you in step. It'll try to get you unified. It'll try to get you just doing all this stuff. You know, first thing you know, you won't think nothing's wrong with what you're doing. And then the next thing you know, you're having a good time. You show back up again. The works of the flesh are manifest. Fornication. Trying to get you messing around. I need another dancer. Come here, Emmanuel. Now, this don't mean he's doing this. Okay? The wrong stuff starts getting added to you. Because we're going to start talking about this. So what happens? You over there on the dance floor and you're thinking you all of that. And all of a sudden, somebody else shows up. And then we start line dance. Okay, how you do it? You know, come on. I bet you can do it. Yeah, them Indians can dance. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Yeah. I knew it. Come on. Come on. So first thing you know, you got other things. You got all kinds of junk in your life. You know. All right? Then you go home. You mad. You in trouble. You got marriage problems. You got house problems. But then something else calls you back out, and you're back on the dance floor again with all the issues of life. And then what happens? Uncleanliness. It don't mean nobody's dirty. I need somebody else to help me. Come here, Lacey. Huh? Come here, Christy. Come here. Come help me. She said you could dance. Huh? Oh, you can't? Come here, Lacey. Come here. She's a celebrity. She just got an RN degree last week. So if anybody gets hurt, we got a nurse up here. Okay. So what happens? We got all of this stuff getting in our line. You better go over there. The line keeps getting bigger. See what happened? Every week. So, and you start in again. You're not hearing the Lord. You start dancing again. Come on, let's do this. Come on. You lose who you are. You get in a fake world. You all dressed up. You dressing up for the devil. You dressing up for this. You dressing up for that. You living a lie. Everything is fake. It's all being added to you, and you still on the dance floor. Well, the devil ain't satisfied with that. Lasciviousness. Come here, Daniel. I know he got some moves. I don't know if they're dance moves, but and so, but here's another one gets added to you. All right? So let's go. So first thing you know, you got more stuff on you than you can deal with. More noise, more junk, more awful stuff. Come here, DeMarcus. DeMarcus can dance. Yeah, come here. Well, what happens? You will have stuff over here on one side of you, and then here it comes. It starts getting on this side. Okay, so idolatry. I think you can give definitions for all these words, but I think idolatry is anything we put before God. It can be anything. It can be a lot of stuff, okay? So idolatry, it gets over here. Well, I'm out too late. I've been on the dance floor all night. I'm tired. I don't feel like going to church. But then the next week comes along, you're in that noisy place again. You're in that crowded place. See what happens? With all of this noise, it is hard to hear that still small voice because you're not sitting down letting your heart think. You got everything going on. This is all you can hear. And this kind of stuff, the problem, it's fun for a while. It feels good for a while.
Yes.
But then it has a rude consequences and a rude awakening that can cost you a whole lot. Okay? But then it don't stop there. Witchcraft. Oh my goodness. Come here, critter. Come on. See what happens? The idolatry, it takes a whole new world. It starts getting in your spirit. Idolatry. This is all your flesh. But then it jumps over here and it starts getting in your flesh and all that stuff. All right? So let's start dancing, guys. Let's go. See, let's go now. This is how I dance. This is how I dance right here. So, my legs and feet don't move. That's all I can do. You ever watch that first kid? You watch Sinbad on there, the comedian? That's how he dances, just like that. That's how I can do it. But so, it gets all kinds of stuff going on. You got your flesh acting up. You got your mind acting up. You got your spirit acting up. And first thing you know, you're surrounded by a mess of junk. And you can get tangled in a web you don't know what to do with. Then you start acting crazy because you're angry. Come here, Gavin. First thing you know, you start hating people. Hatred. You get mad. You're mad at the world. You're mad at all your partners. You're mad at all your dancing. Then you got variance. Come here, Matthew. So you don't want none of this. Emulations. Come here, Brandy. Come on. Look what's happening. You done stayed on that dance for so long that you've got lines of stuff going on. Stuff. You out of control now. Life is out of control. Where you going is out of control. What you're thinking is out of control. It started off, well, I'm just kind of, things ain't good at the house right now. I can find somebody to talk to, Then next thing you know, it's your flesh is acting up. And then it just gets worse and worse, And then, it can carry on. It can get all the way to work. Well, how you doing? You on any medication, you taking Xanax, what's the doctor got you on? How you depressed and all that. And so then the noise, the music hits. Let's hit it, guys. Come on. All kinds of stuff. 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 All right, you see what I'm saying? This is bad, isn't it? It's bad. Hey, now, you know what's happening? This is total confusion. When you start putting all them people in your line, in your life, in your thought processes, in your connections, in your friendships, you got a mess on your hands. Now, where am I at? Strife. Come here, baby. Y'all sure don't want this. Strife. Seditions. Come here, Rose, Mary. Come here. Rosie, what am I saying? Come here, Jan. Ooh, pretty Jan. Come here. Envyings. I need some help. I need some help. Come here, Lolo. Come here. Come here, Gabriel. Come help me. Then, when you get this mad, you can get plumb crazy. Murder! How many know somebody's killed somebody? I do. I do. It can just go on and on and on and on and on when you get the wrong people in your line. When you're on the dance floor and you start line dancing, you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you let in. You got to be careful who sits at your table. You got to be careful who you listen to. You got to be careful who you touch too quick. Then it can go on to murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you, as I have also told you in times past. They that do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Amen on that. Your stuff ain't going to get you nowhere. It's not going to last. It's not going to work with you long. You'll lose everything you have. Judgment starts at the house of God. It's a crazy lifestyle. There is no way one person that starts off just dancing for a little fun, then he starts adding all this other stuff that can go along to his life. You can lose your mind. You can have a nervous breakdown. You can get so disoriented. You don't know where God is, what God's saying, who's he saying it to, how can I hear him? Because you got all this clutter, all this clutter. Be careful who you dance with. Y'all can be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give them a big hand. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. But now, when you come to Jesus, we need people to come to Jesus that get radically saved and change partners. Come here, Joe. When you change partners, things change in your life. When I start walking in the Spirit, this is what happens. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. This is my love. I'm going to be careful, Joe. I got to be careful. That's love. I mean, want to dance with love. I don't want to dance with nobody that's a murderer, going to kill me, going to talk about me, going to be mad at me. That's love. The fruit of the Spirit is joy. Come here. Yeah, Sister Barbara. She's always smiling. She's always smiling. You need love and joy to be your partners in your movements, in your dances in life. Then the next one, peace. Come here, Vi. Vi is peaceful. You got to have peace in your life. You can't, see, this other stuff we had up here, there was nothing peaceful about any of that stuff. And what's sad, we have to get our antennas up and be spirit-led, because you're going to go to work with somebody Monday that was dealing with or involved in all of those issues and don't know how they get there. They don't know how they get there. Long suffering. Anybody got patience in here? Come here, Paul. Long suffering. I really don't fit that. I run about 440. But you got to be able to just bear with it a while. Things will change. You may be in a bad situation today. A bad doctor's report. A bad court decision. Bad kids at the school. Whatever bad can be. And you got to be long-suffering with that. And then, this is where I want to be. Gentleness. Come help me, Tara. I think you're a gentle person. But I see those videos, she's a beast in the gym, you know. And so, but gentleness. There are times in your life that God has to speak to you about gentleness. I used to be too high-tempered. I could be quick to apologize and feel bad about it real quick, but I'd run my mouth. You know, I got Cajun in me, man. We're crazy. I'm serious, you know. You just pop off before you know it, and then you got to go apologize, and you really don't mean it, and you just, it comes out. I mean, you mean your apology, but you didn't mean what you said before you apologize, you know. It's just maybe try and get some shock value. So I need gentleness, but I need love to direct my paths. Okay? Who wants to be gentleness? We got gentleness. She's gentle. Tears all the time in worship. I see that. You know, praying for people. Gentleness, goodness. Come here, Bailey. You're a good person. Fixing to get married. Her and Matthew. Aren't they a cute couple? Goodness. Bailey's good. Goodness. I want to be good to people. I want to be good to people. I don't know. I like buying gifts for people. And I just do, you know. And usually I buy people stuff that I like for myself, you know. As if I like it, maybe they'll like it. But I enjoy doing that. And I want to get better at it. But that's a good thing. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So I'm wondering, what am I going to get these grandkids? I'm going to get them the best candy full of sugar and chocolate I can get them. I'm going to feed them. Then I'm going to say, take them home, Allison. Take them home, Andrew. And next year I'll tell Elena, take both of them home. And so, faith. I love that word, faith. I love that word, faith. I love it. I love it. Faith. Who wants to be Mr. Faith? Come here, Allison. You got faith. She does. Faith. When I change partners and I listen and hear with my spirit, you see what the flesh is going to hear and see and be involved in. Horrible things. But when I listen with my spirit, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, and they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. You don't meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. You can do as much of this as you want and not get in trouble. But if you do one of these other works of the flesh, it's going to catch up with you. So, you may be seated. Thank y'all for helping me today. Give them a big hand. Did you notice? The works of the flesh aren't crazy. They ain't making all kinds of moves. They don't have all kinds of gyrations. They're not ducking. They're not diving. It's peaceful. If we will do the works of the Spirit, it's the most beautiful life you can ever live or lead. Walk in the Spirit today. Walk in love today. Get off the line dance. Examine who is in your line. They say to be successful, you need a down line and you need an up line. If you're going to have a down line, you're going to have an up line. You need to know who's in those lines. Because you can have one act of the flesh can mess up all this other good stuff over here. Led astray. Shall we stand? If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. This morning, hear God. Be Spirit-led. Be Spirit-led. Be Spirit-led. Say that, Spirit-led. Think here. They tell me in the little Jewish schools, I've never been there, I heard somebody talk about it. They don't teach the little Jewish children to think with their head. They teach them to think with their heart. Think with your heart full of God's thoughts today. Spirit-led. When you're Spirit-led, you can move into a place where you have Spirit obedience. So I've blown, hold on. Today's a way, today's a chance. This is a place we start getting it right. It's in the place that you come because you're right. And sometimes getting it right's a process. I'm trying my best to eat right. But people love me. And they bring me the kind of food I love. Isn't that right, David and Cynthia? They beat me home yesterday when I was out of town. But I'm telling you, when God starts moving and stuff starts just happening and showing up, are y'all having stuff show up that's kind of crazy? Just a good deal here, a good deal there, you know. See God in that. See God in that. Don't just say, well, I got, you know, whatever you get. See God in it. Because those next moves, I want to see God multiply in this church. And it's happening, really, it is. I'm telling you, talent is coming, blessings are coming, wisdom is coming. But when I become Spirit-led, and I'm not hard-headed, and I obey, it's easier to start listening with my spirit. I want to hear with my spirit. I really do, Tammy. I really do. I want to hear God. I believe this afternoon, DeMarcus, I believe in the morning at our prayer meeting, I'm going to hear God. Can I tell you something? Can I share this with you? I've been asking God for a prayer to be answered. And I asked him for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I wasn't hearing. I wasn't getting nowhere, critter. Nowhere. But Wednesday and Thursday, I got a clear answer for what I'd been praying about. Because next door, we're going to do some Sunday school classes in that building, and it's going to be a beautiful children's area. And probably have to go through my wife and Allison, but I'll win this one. I'm not a decorator, but I've been asking the Lord. It's a crazy prayer. I said, Lord, I know we've had people in our church that we've buried their babies, their children, at 9 and 10, 11 years old. I started praying this crazy prayer. And I wasn't getting nowhere, man. I was hitting a brick wall. I started praying. Lord, would you show me what babyland looks like in heaven? Clay, I didn't hear nothing. I went every morning, I'd pray. Lord, please, I want to paint a mural of what babyland looks like in heaven. I have dreams, I see things, and then it started coming to me. A little here and a little there. And I think I got it. Beautiful. You want me to tell you what he showed me, what we're going to paint? You want me to share that? Will you not think I'm crazy? Please don't think I'm crazy. But I was praying. I really was. I was praying and crying, you know. And you try to hold it together right now. But I was praying, and the Lord just got in my mind and got in my vision, got my eyesight. It's like I sit right there on that chair when I pray, and we get up and walk a little bit. And he started showing me a picture. And I seen, we look at blue skies, but all around was the most beautiful pink color. He showed me, I seen a picture, I think, of Jesus and little children around him. And these kids had the best tennis shoes that's ever been made. And the cutest clothes that you've ever seen. They were dressed way beyond what we could go out and get them at Neiman Marcus. And when Jesus was down there playing with them kids, they were surrounded, he was talking to them. He was dressed so beautiful. And like a white, amazing fabric, whatever it is, tracksuit. Playing with the kids. He's dark-skinned. Just beautiful. Then, I seen beautiful blue stream. And a little ways up that stream. Y'all can think I'm crazy if you want to, but we're going to paint this picture over there anyway. I seen this little boy about Cash's size with a little fishing pole holding up a big old fish out of that stream. I seen Mary, the mother of Jesus, with little children sitting around her. She was just talking to them and teaching them. I seen over here way out to the right an amazing go-kart track. These kids were riding at top speed. They were having so much fun. They were playing. And then way off in that beautiful pink background was the best roller coaster ride that the kids could just go get on and play. And that's what we're going to paint in our kids department. But in the very middle of it was Jesus talking to these kids. And it was every color, creed, nationality you could imagine. And these were the best looking kids. If you've lost a child or grandchild, I've probably seen them. They had the best clothes on. So cute. Beyond anything what we think those guys you'll see pictures of going to the Super Bowl today. That can't touch it. This was heavenly stuff. Because I asked the Lord, when we start decorating our classes, I don't want to compare it to Disney quality. That's just about a tame mouse. Oh, and I seen It talks about this in the Bible. Kids just playing with big old lines. It was just amazing. But it took me a little bit to get that prayer answered because I just didn't want to decorate, you know. But I believe God will show you something. I believe God will answer your prayer. I believe God can change anything in your life today. If you'll just dare to believe. You say you're crazy. No. The story we read. He's seen all this stuff. And the Lord said it's not in that. Because listen, back to Kings 19. Let me read this. And it was so when Elijah heard it, he wrapped his face in the mantle, went out and stood in the entering of the cave. And behold, there came a voice unto him saying, what you see in here, Elijah? He said, I've been very zealous for the Lord of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken the covenant, thrown down the altar, slain the prophets with the sword, and I'm left. God's got more than me and you. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. The Lord said unto him, go return thy way to the wilderness of Damascus, and when thou comest, anoint Hazael to be the king over Syria, and Jehu the son of Nimshi, and thou shalt anoint to be king over Israel. Then, after he heard the still small voice, after he heard it, then he got his direction, and he secured his spiritual future. Elisha, the son of Shaphat, and Abel Melipho, I know that's not how you say it, shalt thou anoint to be prophet in thy room. If you will hear that still small voice, your next move will be to anoint your future. Our next move here, hear me, North Point, we're going to hear God's voice and we're going to anoint our future moves from the small voice. Elisha was found by hearing God. Listen to his voice. Everything doesn't have to get tore up in your life to hear from God. Too many people wait till they've lost everything. Health is gone. Family's gone. Age is gone. Youth is gone. All they hear is earthquakes, mountains, and fire. And then they come to God. Today, hear a small voice. He'll direct your paths. I heard the voice of God many, 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 many years ago about coming to this area. I was scared. I didn't do it. It seemed so impossible. And ended up going through earthquakes, fires, horrible things. Almost pretty much lost everything I had, but God started putting it back together. Listen to the small voice. I want to sing this song. I'm not singing. I need some help. I want to sing softly and tenderly. Jesus is calling. Now I'd like us to sing it as a listening prayer. And can he call you? And if you want to hear his voice clearer than you've ever heard it, I'd like you to come stand in front. Because I believe what the Lord is doing, he's doing something in the church world today. He is preparing us for a mighty outpouring. Jesus is calling today. Can you hear him? I want to hear him, Sister Barbara. Because my ears have been full of everything else. Sing it, Holly.
Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling for you and for
he's calling you this morning. Will you answer his call? Will you answer his call? It don't have to be a camp meeting service. It may not be like it is with Morton Lloyd Bustard the next week or two. This morning he's calling you.
Come home.
Anybody like to come home and give their heart to the Lord today? Say, I'm going to hear you. I'm going to hear you. Here's my heart.
Ye who are weary,
Come
come
home.
earnestly,
Jesus is calling.
tenderly.
Every head bowed, every eye closed. God bless you. God bless you. Give